It is the 25th of May, 1982. Two pairs of Argentinian jets roar low over the cold waters of the South Atlantic as they race toward the Falkland Islands. For the pilots inside, this mission could very well be a one-way journey. Leading the formation is Captain Pablo Carballo. He and his men are flying old, poorly equipped A-4 Skyhawk attack jets, each one loaded with bombs. These aircraft have no radar, no missile warning systems, and very limited protection. What they do have is determination. Their target is clear: the British warships HMS Coventry and HMS Broadsword. Argentina has already captured the Falkland Islands, or Las Malvinas, as they call them. But holding the islands depends on breaking British naval power. These two ships have moved closer to shore to protect British ground troops, and if they are not destroyed, the islands may soon be lost. The Argentinian pilots know the danger ahead. The British ships are equipped with advanced radar systems and powerful surface-to-air missiles that have already destroyed many Argentinian aircraft. The only way to survive is to stay low as humanly possible. As they approach the islands, Carballo gives a final warning. Entering their range. Do not climb for any reason. The Skyhawks drop even lower, hugging the contours of the land as they approach Pebble Island. Flying just feet above the ground, they use the island itself as cover from British radar. Aboard HMS Coventry, Captain David Hartdyke has his crew on high alert. British Special Forces have warned him that Argentinian aircraft have recently taken off, but he does not yet know that his ship is the target. Suddenly, the radar screen lights up. 4 contacts bearing 225, range 30. Hartdyke instantly orders action stations. Alarms blare across Coventry and Broadsword as Sea Dart missile launchers rotate into position, but just as quickly as the contacts appeared, they vanish. The Skyhawks slip behind Pebble Island, disappearing from radar. Contacts lost over Pebble Island. Hartdyke knows exactly what this means. Pebble Island is dangerously close. The Sea Dart missiles have a minimum engagement range. If the enemy appears suddenly, Coventry may only get one chance to fire, if that. He radios HMS Broadsword. Broadsword, what is your status? Broadsword is armed with Wolf missiles, shorter range, weapons designed for close-in defense. They may be the last line of protection. Meanwhile, Carballo brings his aircraft closer under the cover of land. At just 10 nautical miles, the pilots finally see the British ships with their own eyes, starting the attack. Good luck, Captain. Carballo and his wingman, Lieutenant Carlos Rinca, accelerate to full speed, skimming the waves so low that sea spray coats their canopies. On Coventry's radar, 2 contacts suddenly flare into view. 2 hostiles bearing 192, low level. At the same moment, a British Harrier jump jet reports it is in the same airspace. A friendly aircraft, enemy aircraft. Seconds to decide. Hartdyke makes a split-second choice. Turn the Harrier away. Fire missiles! But the radar operators cannot get a lock. The Skyhawks are flying too low, mere feet above the sea. Sea Dart missiles refuse to engage. The enemy is closing fast. Hartdyke can only hope Broadsword's Seawolf system will save them. On Broadsword, the Seawolf radar finally detects the attackers, but they appear as a single target. Just as the missile locks on, the single contact splits into 2. The guidance system crashes. The missiles are not responding. Restart them. There is no time. On Coventry, sailors now see the Skyhawks with their own eyes. Deck guns open fire. Machine guns and rifles join in as sailors across. The ship fire desperately at the incoming jets. Carballo watches shells strike the sea around him. Tracers climb closer and closer. He knows they won't survive another pass. Change to the other one. He redirects the attack toward HMS Broadsword. The Skyhawks roar past Coventry and line up on their new target. Both pilots release their 1,000-pound bombs. The bombs hit the sea and bounce, skipping across the surface like stones. One sinks short. The other slams into Broadsword's side, punches through the ship, bursts out the deck, and falls into the sea without exploding. Carballo is devastated, but the attack is not over. Behind them comes the second flight, led by First Lieutenant Mariano Angel Velasco and Ensign Jorge Nelson Barrionuevo. Their aircraft carry smaller but more reliable 250-kilogram bombs. Coventry detects all 4 aircraft. Hartdyke orders a sharp turn to bring the missiles to bear. A Sea Dart locks onto Velasco. Shoot! The missile launches, but at the last moment, the Skyhawks drop even lower and vanish from radar. The missile flies harmlessly away. Broadsword's Seawolf system finally restarts, but Coventry sails directly in front of the launcher. The Coventry is in the way. The last defensive chance is blocked. Velasco and Barrionuevo charge straight at Coventry. Hartdyke orders all guns to fire. Cannons thunder. Machine guns roar. Rifles crack. But systems fail. The main gun is misaligned. A 20mm gun jams. It is too late. Brace! Brace, brace. Velasco opens fire with his cannons, raking the deck. Then he releases his bombs. They slam into Coventry's hull. Seconds pass. Then, two massive explosions tear through the ship. One detonates beneath the bridge, destroying the operations room. The second explodes in the engine room, cutting all power. Coventry is mortally wounded. Smoke pours into the sky. The Argentinian pilots cheer as they escape.
On board, Captain Hartdyke regains consciousness amid fire, smoke, and screams. The ship is listing badly. Communications are dead. He makes his way to the deck and finds not chaos but discipline. His crew performs a flawless evacuation. One by one, the sailors abandon ship. Hartdyke stays behind. As the last man aboard, he steps into the final raft and drifts away from HMS Coventry. 170 sailors are rescued. 19 men are lost. All Argentinian pilots return safely to base. They have achieved victory, but it will not change the outcome of the war.